Tuesday night. This is the Abundantly Blessed Homestead YouTube channel, and we are going to make dinner tonight. We're going to do a little live cooking class. I'm going to take a meal that is a heavily processed recipe and be swapping it out right before your eyes. It's going to be a nutrient-dense meal by the time we're done with it. Tonight we're going to be making pulled pork king ranch casserole. It's super good, and like I said, we're going to do a little bit of a twisteroo. Typically, the king ranch casserole calls for all sorts of nasty, out of the can, processed ingredients. So obviously we're going to be making those from scratch tonight. I'm just going to show you guys how easy it is. It's actually not that hard. So we're going to be doing that tonight. I've already started to preheat my Dutch cast iron oven over here, up over medium heat. And I've gotten some questions and stuff, so I'm going to go over that while we wait for a few more people to jump on. Tonight we will be making a version of the condensed cream of mushroom and cream of chicken soup. This is my cookbook. In case you don't have it, the link is down below to purchase it. All you do is click on the link and put in your credit card information, and I ship it to you. So it's $32. That's including shipping, so it's free shipping. And it has over 230 different recipes in it. A lot of them are here on the channel, but some of them aren't. Some of them are family heirloom and Amish recipes. So if you're interested in that, the link's down below. That was actually what I was going to talk about. So I got an email from Kathy, and she was wondering how the meal plan part of my store is going. I have sold some meal plans. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I put together what's called a meal plan, and they are for sale. They're down below. They're only $7, and basically what you get is a menu, and then you get all of the recipes you need, a shopping list, a pantry shopping list or pantry checklist, all included to make all of those meals for your family. Some of them are 2-week plans, some of them are 1-month plans. Those are all linked down below. But yes, I have sold some of those. Also available, linked down below, are raw kefir grains to make milk kefir, and also I dehydrated my sourdough starter, so if you're interested in that, link down below to purchase that, and I will ship that out to you. So those are all down below. And then I just had one other question from another person. Amy, I think it is. I'm really bad with names, you guys. If I ever get to meet any of you guys in person, I will be like totally amazingly elated, because I actually have photographic memory. And so you guys can send me emails and like comment, but like if you don't send me a picture of you, I'm probably not going to remember your name, because my brain only remembers what I see. So I believe it was Amy, but if it's not, please don't be offended. Anyway, she sent me a question about making homemade mayonnaise. She was wondering why I use a mix between olive oil and avocado oil. Why not one or the other? The answer to that is, for us, for our personal preference of taste, the olive oil is just too much in your face when it comes to the taste of the mayonnaise. My family is used to 100% avocado oil mayonnaise, and I've kind of pulled back from that a little bit because when you cook avocado oil, there have been studies that have linked that to damage to human DNA. And so I kind of have pulled back away from the avocado oil to 50%, because if I use it for cooking, I just don't want my family to use a ton of the avocado oil in our mayonnaise. If it's not being cooked, I don't worry about it so much. And some days I do make all avocado oil. But obviously with any oil you're going to use, you want to make sure that it's coming from a place that has processed it the right way. So we want to make sure that if it's a refined oil, that they didn't use chemicals, that it was low heat. And that's why I love Azure Standard. They are amazing. They have a refined avocado oil, but it's actually processed at the same heat as the unrefined, and no chemicals are used in the process of refining it. So it's a really good product. That's what I use for my own mayonnaise. They also sell olive oil on AzureStandard.com, and I just love their company. They make sure that they're not cutting it with other oils. It's just 100% what you're buying is what's inside the container. So that's why I use a mixture of the two. It's just flavor based. There are other oils that are safe as well to use to make mayo. I've just never used them. And obviously we want to make sure that we're sticking to our healthy fats when we're making mayonnaise. Okay, let's get going, shall we? On with it. So I got a whole pig this last weekend. And so part of that was a whole bunch of soup bones, or what the butcher called soup bones, that had a ton of meat on them. And so I ended up making what I call broth. Some people call it meat stock, whatever. And so what I have left over is a bunch of bags of already cooked pulled pork. So we're going to be using those up tonight. So this is my first time, this is my little disclaimer, my first time altering this recipe. So we'll kind of have to announce the amounts as I go because I'm not really quite sure how it's going to end up. Hey, Jackie. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is, I believe it's tomorrow, my podcast with Modern Ancestral Mamas will be up. And that is, if you just Google Modern Ancestral Mamas, all the different options to watch on your phone or listen on your phone are available. But that podcast is coming out, I believe, tomorrow. And if you follow them on Instagram, they have already talked about that. But just check that out. All right, let's get rolling. So into this pan, we're going to put 3 tablespoons of butter. And then we're going to start chopping an onion here. It's been a busy month for me, which is why I've only got videos with just the cooking classes, because I've had podcasts and all sorts of stuff and all sorts. So this is just over medium heat, and we're going to go chop the onion. So don't forget to keep your onion ends and skins. Just make sure that okay, hang on one second, guys. I have to go tip over a jar of lard. Just a second. As I said, a busy day. I've been rendering lard all day, and yeah, I had to make sure that jar got inverted so it would seal. Anyway, what I was saying was, this is the onion scraps. Make sure you keep them, because you can throw that into your slow cooker when you go to make your bone broth or meat stock. I just call it broth. I don't know. I guess I don't really differentiate between the two, you know. All right, so we're going to cut up the onion, and it's going to go on in. I'm also planning on making a meal plan up for busy moms. Oh, there's freezer meals on there as well, if you guys are interested in that. There's 2 freezer meal packs, and if you buy the groceries inside the meal plan, you can make 15 freezer meals for your family. They're super easy, almost dump and go type meals, which is great for most families these days. All right, had to find myself a spoon. We're just going to saute that. Nice and hot, so it's going. We're going to go ahead and add, I'm going to approximate here probably about, a cup. We're just going to go with a cup. A cup of mushrooms. These are already sliced. As standard video, I had bought a huge 10-pound box and then freeze them, and they're ready to go. I always forget about that light for you guys. Looks better for me, but not for you. All right, so all we have in here is 1 onion and a cup of diced mushrooms, because the original recipe calls for cream of soup. So cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. So we're going to try and replicate that by starting out with the sauteing of the onions and the mushrooms. And then what I'm actually going to do is kind of make a cream of pork. Cream of pork soup instead of cream of chicken. This is some meat stock that I made with those pork bones and the pork meat. I'm going to go ahead and add it to this in just a minute. This recipe, the regular recipe, calls for everything from rotel to, let's see, I'm trying to read my recipe. Cream of mushroom, cream of chicken soup, cheese whiz, if you can even believe it. So we're going to be altering this thing pretty darn good tonight. It's going to be delicious. I'm so glad you guys are here with me. I just came across, I was searching for recipes to use up the pork that we just got. And I thought, oh boy, this is a good one. You could also, if you're not going to eat pork, or if your body has an issue with pork, you could also use chicken for this. It'd be delicious either way. Anyway, I do plan to eventually do a meal plan for the, like a 30-minute meal for people who want to cook from scratch and don't want to do freezer meals, but quick meals for working parents, because I know I'm blessed to be at home with my children. Not everybody is at home with their kids. So I'm going to keep on sauteing this because my husband absolutely hates crunchy onions. So we're going to keep on going with that. In the meantime, I'm going to open up a can of diced tomatoes. This is a big old 28-ounce can. You only need the smaller 15-ounce. Basically what we're going to do here is we're going to make a jar of Rotel. So I'm just going to start opening up my jars so they're all ready to go. I had to cry earlier. We had a half-gallon jar break. It was full of goat milk kefir from our farm. And it went all over my kitchen and into my drawers inside my kitchen and all over the stuff in the drawers in my kitchen, all over my floor, almost underneath my kitchen cabinets. We stopped it before it got that far. But you know that saying, crying over spilt milk? Well, you cry over spilt milk when you've spent a couple of hours milking that out of goats. So it was like 2 days worth of milking. So it was a bit sadder than just going and buying $9 raw milk from the farmer. But we're happy to have milk, so we'll just have to be more careful with our jars, I guess. It was a canning jar, and I don't know the story behind the canning jars. Maybe sometime in its life it got abused on that one corner and that's why it chipped, but it was just sad. And it was a huge mess. We blew through all of our rags in the entire house trying to clean up a half a gallon of goat milk kefir that was everywhere. So it wasn't the funnest activity either. I'm going to go grab a 13 by 9 pan. And I gotta go grab some lard and we're gonna go ahead and grease up our pan. Okay, so we are going to grease up our pan. I hate the term grease up, but we're gonna fatten up our pan. I don't know. Anyway, with a healthy semi-solid, the reason why we want a semi-solid to coat our pan with is that those are the fats that are stable at high temperatures. They're not going to go rancid or get all funky for our bodies to handle. Those nice semi-solids. I'm not referring to Crisco. Crisco is, if you look up the ingredients on Crisco, that's all I'm going to say. You know, you're not going to want to eat that. So we're talking about duck fat, goose fat, lard, tallow, coconut oil, or butter. Those are all good fats to be cooking with. There's a well fatted up pan. I don't like the word grease, so we got to come up with another alternative, guys. If you guys have suggestions, leave them down below in the comments, okay? Oh, that's what else. Down below as well, if you keep scrolling, in the description box, there is a link for Mountain Rose herbs. So if you guys saw my class on making tinctures, they sent me a link for people to use. So that is down below as well in the description box. I also have some pretty darn epic news coming out about an amazing product that has helped me heal my cavities in my mouth. And I can't wait to share that with you as well. All right, we're going to keep on cooking here. This is nice and soft now. The onions have gotten soft. So, let's see. We need 3 cups of cream of soup. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do 1.5 cups of your choice of meat stock. Mine's going to be pork, and I am just estimating, as you guys can see, okay? There was a big old chunk of lard at the top of that. Did you guys see that? It's going to be one heck of a filling meal, I'll tell you that much. So we're going to let that melt. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to add some milk, and I'm going to thicken this up a little bit, because prepared cream of mushroom, cream of chicken soups would be nice and like disgustingly gelatinous. So we're going to try and duplicate that with the beginning of this meal here. Still over medium heat. We're still going. One option, I'm going to go ahead and thicken it up with some cassava flour, but you could thicken it up with arrowroot powder or sprouted flour, or if you are trying to avoid all of those, you sure could use cream cheese to thicken. That's been one of my favorite things lately, is thickening everything with cream cheese. All right, so this is melting. We're going to bring it up to a simmer, and then we're going to add our thickener. Another thing that needs to go in is we're going to go ahead and replace the Cheese Whiz. Sorry, I have to laugh about that. With 4 ounces of cream cheese. That can go on in there. And 1 cup of cheddar cheese. I'm putting this in now because this is going to thicken it up, and I don't want to put too much thickener on top of that. So we're going to let this come up to a simmer. I've also replaced like Velveeta with the same thing. You'll take the amount that's called for in the recipe and then divide it in half. Half of it will be cream cheese and half of it will be sharp cheddar cheese. You can't even tell the difference. It tastes like Velveeta without it being the junk. Okay. So to this, I'm going to go ahead and add milk. This is goat milk, but you could use whatever milk you'd like. And do I have a clean, what do I do? This is exciting. All of my drawers, like I said, got covered in goat milk kefir, so this is exciting that I have a 1 cup measurement. So we're going to do about 1.5 cups of milk. And that's just to fill in the gap of the 1.5 cups that was the cream, well, was the broth. Or basically, this will be the equivalent of the cream of soups. Just gonna wait for it to come up to a simmer. All right. The recipe also calls for hot sauce. So tonight I'm going to use my own hot sauce. This is actually sriracha sauce, which is like super, super spicy. So I'm going to go on the low side of it. But that is called for in this recipe. They're calling for a whole teaspoon of it. But I'm thinking since this is sriracha sauce, that I'm going to go like half of a teaspoon. I don't want to burn my family's taste buds off. So they can always add more if they need to. So half of a teaspoon of sriracha sauce, but you could use 1 teaspoon of hot sauce if you like spicy things. All right. This is the Worcestershire sauce I buy. Every time I show this, I laugh, Kathy, because I know you're watching. One of these months, I'm going to make my own. And then I'm going to say, look, Kathy, I made it. Isn't it amazing? And you're going to email me and say, yes, it is. All right, so 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. I buy this particular brand from Azure Standard because it's a cleaner brand than most. All right. Starting to heat up. It smells divine. We got to have it come to a simmer so that we can put in our thickener. All right, so we've got everything in here. We could add the diced green chilies, 1 can of diced green chilies. Okay, and I'm also going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 350 degrees because this does end up inside the oven. All right. Yum, it smells really good. Cheese is sticking to the whisk. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and search for a tablespoon measurement. Let's see how lucky we are. Check the dishwasher. There it is. At least it was clean. It wasn't covered in goat milk kefir. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put 1 tablespoon of cassava flour in here. But like I said, you could use any thickener you want. You could even use cornstarch if you'd like. Just try to buy non-GMO. We're just going to whisk this around until it comes up to a simmer. And then we will judge if we need any more thickener. which I'm pretty sure we're going to need, but you don't know until it comes up to a simmer. It's so quiet, and you guys are so quiet out there. What's going on out there tonight? My kids are watching a movie in the living room, so that's why it's quiet. It's been one heck of a rough week, and it's only Tuesday. My two youngest children have decided that they're going to fight about absolutely everything all the time, and then like all war breaks out. There's no more niceness. It's just pure war. So it's been a little rough. All right, wait until this comes up to a simmer. It's almost there. And then, like I said, I think we're probably going to be adding more thickener here. Okay, so while we're waiting for this, as soon as I get all the cheese wrapped around it. There we go. All right, so while we're waiting for this to come to a simmer, we're going to talk about what we're going to be putting in this. So we're going to be using tortilla chips tonight, but I do have an alternative if you are not going to be wanting to eat the tortilla chips. I'm actually going to use both tortilla chips and pork cracklings. So this is another way to really, really fatten up your meal and fill everybody up, is using pork cracklings in replacement for chips in casseroles. So this was actually pork cracklings from last year's pork that we got, and I made lard. And basically, I just put it in the freezer, and I rarely ever use it unless I make cornbread, so we're going to use it tonight for this instead. Hang on, Jackie, I saw your comment. Did I miss you explaining where the name King Ranch Casserole came from? So, I have no idea. I was just basically, I was on Pinterest, and basically looking for pork recipes, and they have this King Ranch, I don't know what it means, King Ranch casserole, but it sounded really, really good, but it had a ton of processed things in it. So we are making sure that we are taking the processedness out. I'm going to go ahead and dump half of this can of diced tomatoes in here, approximately. I'm eyeballing it. So I'm not sure where it comes from. All I know is that it looked really, really good, sounded really, really good, and we're just going to make it nutrient dense. Lots of cheese. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put 1 more tablespoon of thickener in there. Like I said, you sure could put an extra 4 to 8 ounces of cream cheese in there and skip the thickener. And with the pork cracklings, you could skip the chips as well. What I was going to mention is that brand of chips I showed you here a second ago, I guess it's pronounced Sourdough. I don't know. Anyway, these are, to my knowledge, the only properly prepared corn chips on the market. And you can tell that they are properly prepared because it says right in the ingredients here, white corn, organic palm oil, water, lime. So sometimes they'll say traces of lime, and the reason why is that corn flour has gone through something that's called nixtamalization. And when they do that, it actually breaks down the phytic acid in the corn. So anyways, it's the only brand, they are not organic, but it's the only brand that is properly prepared that I have found. They are non-GMO. But anyways, it's the only brand that I've found on the market anywhere that it says that it's properly prepared when you get on their website and you read the ingredients. So I'm going to be using these tonight. They're a little bit more expensive than regular corn chips, obviously, but that's because they've gone through that process to help break down the corn. If you have a preference on what corn chips you like, you could always just get a hold of the company or get on their website and ask them. Send them an email and ask them, does your corn flour that you list on in your ingredients go through nixtamalization? And if it does, then they're safe to eat. But usually they'll have to put traces of lime or lime in the list of ingredients. Okay, so this is going to come on up to a simmer. I I keep adding ingredients, so it's like, geez, I'd come up to a simmer lady if you'd stop adding ingredients. All right, so in the meantime, we're going to get our casserole ready. So I've just greased the 13x9 pan. And the recipe basically calls for crushed tortilla chips. Or oopsie. And maybe a not corn in bag would be nice. So I'm just going to take these and we're just going to put them on the bottom. I'm going to give this a stir because it's simmering. I'm going to add 1 more tablespoon of the thickener, cassava flour. So that is 3 tablespoons of thickener. We're trying to get this kind of thickened up like a cream of mushroom soup. Okay, so we're going to keep on crushing these properly prepared corn chips. Okay, so I just layered the bottom of the pan. It is thickening up. It's looking like 1 more tablespoon. So that is 1/4 cup total of thickener of your choice, or 1 to 8 ounces more of cream cheese inside the recipe, if you choose to not do thickener. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take my pork cracklings, and we're going to sprinkle it over top of the corn chips. Like I said, these are from last year. They've been inside our freezer. And if you don't know what pork cracklings are, it's basically the leftover fried pieces of fat from making lard. So there's that. Okay, I'm going to turn the heat off over here because this has turned into a nice thick sauce. Okay. It's going to keep on bubbling because my burner is hot, but I did indeed turn it off. Okay, so on top of this, we're going to spread half of our 1.5 pounds of pulled pork. This is already cooked pulled pork. Like I said, I made up the broth, and so this is what's left. And we're just going to go ahead and spread half of it right on top of the chips and the pork cracklings. I make cornbread every now and then, and I always forget that I have the pork cracklings in the refrigerator, or into the freezer, I mean. And I wish I didn't, because now I'm going to have, right now I have I'm at the bottom of my, my current batch of lard rendering, and I'm going to have a whole nother gallon-sized bag that needs to be used. So I need to remember to use it more often. Okay, I'm going to whisk this again. Nice and thick sauce. There it is. Nice and thick. Okay. So now, on top of our pulled pork, we're going to go ahead and spoon the yummy sauce over top of it. I have a lazy spoon because it can hang right on the side there, which is so nice. Keeps the kitchen mess down. Man, this smells good. I wish you guys could smell this. And the oven is now preheated, so we're going to do half of the sauce. Okay, I'm going to hang my lazy spoon right there. We're going to put 1 cup of cheddar cheese down on top of that mixture. Okay. And then come the corn chips. Another option you could use for this dish, it's just now coming to me, but you could buy those sprouted corn tortillas for this, because all these chips are going to get mushy anyway. And then that would be properly prepared as well. pork cracklings. And like I said, if you don't have the pork cracklings, it's fine. You could just use tortilla chips. Anybody who's had pork cracklings is like, I'm drooling right now. So I know anybody who's ever had pork cracklings is currently drooling while they're watching this. Okay, and then I'm going to put in my already cooked pulled pork. I love having already cooked meat. I'm going to chop this up a little bit. Hey, buddy. I love having already cooked, chopped meat on hand because you can throw together a meal so quickly. All right. Uh-oh, here comes my helper. Hey, buddy. You want some milk?
Yeah.
You know what I have? I have goat milk. Would you like some?
Yeah, cow milk too.
Cow milk is over into the fridge, but I have some goat milk right here that you can have. We can even clink our glasses like we do. Would you like that?
Why?
Because that's what we do, remember? So our goats aren't sad. Remember? Just like the cow. Right?
Why?
Remember? Because we talked about how the cow would be sad if we didn't celebrate and clink our glasses when we drank the milk. Do you remember that?
Oh.
Oh? Okay. So do you want some? Okay, just a second. Let me finish this first.
I'll help you.
Okay, you know what? You can. Do you mind getting your hands kind of dirty and fatty from the pork? Or would you like me to do this one?
Yeah.
And you just drink your milk?
Yeah.
Okay, you just want me to do it?
Yeah. Hey, after I drink you my milk, I'm gonna help you.
Oh, I'm gonna put it into the oven. How does that sound?
Good.
Good? Okay, good. Okay, William, we've got it down. Do you want to say hello to Jackie?
Yeah.
Okay, go down here where they can see you. Say hi, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Okay. All right, we're going to do half of the sauce, or the remaining sauce, over the top. Don't touch this baby, okay? It's hot.
Why?
Because Mommy just got done cooking it. Do you see all the steam coming off?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's not hot.
It's hot, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. The steam. Okay, William. The steam means it's hot. That's what it means. Yeah. No, I know it does. Why? Because I just got done cooking it.
Hey, chip.
Yeah, there's chips in there.
I'm eating them.
Not right now. Mommy is cooking with it, but I'll get you some milk and we'll drink our glasses together.
Hey,
And
but you want to leave all my chip out on my, okay?
no, it's too late to leave the chips out. They are in there. You know what else is in here?
What?
Pork cracklings. Do you know what those are?
So this.
It's fried pork fat. They're yummy. They have salt on them. Okay, hang on. Let me help you. Let me help you. Just a minute, okay?
No. I knew how to put.
One more cup of cheese, guys, going on the top. I know you know how. Just a minute.
I knew how to pour it.
Okay, that sounds really exciting. You pouring the milk all by yourself, but I really feel like it's better if Mommy pours it and then we enjoy it together.
No, but I don't know. I don't know what the size is.
Well, I'll show you the size of the cup, okay? There you go. Okay, so we're gonna bake this at 350 degrees for 30 minutes, guys. Oops, I gotta move my rack up. You stay right here, because look, it's dangerous. I don't want you to fall in there. Okay? You stay where you're at, okay? Don't move. Don't move. Big boy. Thank you. Thank you for listening. I was worried about you. Okay, so let's do our milk and then...
Hey, chips.
Ooh, chips. That's exciting. Yes, that's exciting. Look at that. 30 minutes. The meal's done. And I even jabbered. Jackie says, hi, William.
Hi.
Okay. I better give you a glass that can clink, huh? We'll do our goat milk together. Okay.
I just got one.
Okay, how about I help you pour? Here, the people probably want to watch. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Ooh. There. Oh, good.
That's the size.
Okay, that's the size? Okay. Oh, my. I really didn't know you were going to let go. You know what I mean? There's only that much left, so we just split it?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. You're growing and I'm healing my cavities, so there we go.
No, that's the most.
You know what I forgot? This cheese, this 1 cup of mozzarella cheese is supposed to go on the top. Here.
In deep.
I know you fell in this pond. I heard about it.
Yeah, it's cool. All the way up to my boot.
I know, went inside your boot, which is gonna smell really yummy.
It's cool.
Because there's goose poop in there.
Yeah, I don't want to.
You ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is it good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did William get a haircut? His bangs look different. Yeah, he got a haircut. He hates haircuts, though.
Yeah, but sometimes I cry.
Sometimes he does cry. Okay, so I did forget 1 cup of mozzarella cheese on the top, so I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick while he sits here and is cute. I'm just going to add it to the top. You know how to do that, don't you, William? You know how to be cute. You're such a big boy, aren't you?
But I don't know. I don't know. Looking to God's face.
Oh.
Then I lick it off.
Who's going to lick it off?
Me.
Oh, you're going to lick your face off from the milk?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's milk, Mommy. I lick it.
You lick it off?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all good. Let's see, where is it at? There it is. Okay, now it makes for 30 minutes at 350 degrees.
I like it.
It smells delicious, doesn't it?
I like it.
Yeah? Do you like all chips or just some?
All of them.
Mm-hmm. Did you finish your goat milk? There we go. William had to finally have a haircut because he didn't like me brushing it out of his eyes. So, yeah, this is what we got. Right, buddy?
And then I didn't want to get a haircut.
Yeah, no, you didn't want to get one. But you got one, didn't you? Daddy said, Daddy caught you, didn't he? And he said, you have to get one.
But when I at the table.
I know. Whoop, don't spill your milk. Let's keep your feet off the table. Because those are the same feet that were at the goose pond. Right? Ooh.
See, I slipped inside the water.
You slipped inside the water?
Yeah, because it was on, it was on the goose pond.
Snow was on it? Yeah. And then you fell in?
Yeah, I was on.
Yeah.
I was on the flip in.
Yeah. So, just in case anyone's concerned about us having a goose pond and William having access to it, it's like literally the size of your, probably 2 of your home bathtubs. And it was completely drained except for like this much water.
And it was wee big to my boot.
I know. Yeah. It's because the snow melted, isn't it?
Yeah.
The snow melted and then you were out there with your sister, even though you're not supposed to be, on the ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it fell through.
I go all the way to my boot.
I know, and then all the water and the goose poop and everything else went into your boot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It doesn't sound.
It go all the way up to here and I don't have wings.
William, do any of the geese ever chase you?
Yeah.
Yeah, who? Who chases you? Which goose?
A lot of gooses.
A lot of them?
Yeah.
But what do you do when they hiss at you?
I went on the swing set or to the swing set.
You run, but don't you make a noise? Don't you have a sword?
No.
Yes, you do. You have your white sword. So the story goes that we have And one of them is a male. His name William, and George had to like have where he jumped on William and like bit him, but like saw his clothes, you know, because William like wanted to hold the geese, but they're adult geese and it was like breeding season, so not the best choice. And I came around the back side of the house and it had already hissing noise, which I don't like either, but anyway, and so Daddy made you a sword. And I tell you what, he went from being terrified to rah with the sword anytime they come at him, and then they just leave him alone. But they have chased him into the past, especially in breeding season, which is right now, right?
Now getting.
Yeah. So they have chased him in the past, but when it's not breeding season, George is not aggressive at all, so we don't mind him.
I want George to bite my finger.
I know, we don't want him to bite you, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bite my finger and then you gotta give me to the doctor. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to go to the doctor for a bit finger, do we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your favorite food, William?
Pizza.
Pizza. What do you like on your pizza? Do you know what they're called?
Yeah.
What do you like on your pizza?
Sauce.
Sauce. Okay.
Yeah.
And cheese. And what else? What on top?
Sauce.
Sauce. It's all about the sauce. You're so silly. I love you. You're getting big, aren't you, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a big boy now. Yeah.
Now I know how to.
Do you like sauerkraut?
Yeah.
You do? Why?
I like them.
Because you like them? What about cod liver oil? Do you like cod liver oil?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, but sometimes the pie. Sometimes the
The
pie.
cinnamon one is spicy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but whole lot is spicy.
It's spicy? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't like eating that.
Okay.
I don't like eating
You don't like the
that.
cinnamon one?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cinnamon is spicy.
Okay.
I can eat that. The cinnamon.
You're funny. Okay, do you like kefir?
Yeah.
What kind of kefir do you like? Do you like goat kefir or cow kefir better?
I can't keep on goat.
You like them both?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's great.
And I like goat milk.
I'm so glad.
But Daddy don't like it.
Daddy doesn't like the goat milk. He's gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I told him to taste it. I
Well,
told him.
did you tell him to taste it?
Yeah.
You know what? He tasted it. Mommy went out and milked, and then I brought it in, and it was nice and cold, and he tasted it, and he said he liked it. What do you think?
He didn't got it.
He drank a whole cup, and he said it was really good.
Did he drink the rest of it?
Not the whole jar. Mommy wouldn't let him.
Why?
Because it took me a long time to milk out. It took me probably 10 minutes to milk out of the goat. Ugh. Anyway. All right, guys, that's dinner. You guys got to witness Lynette.
I will eat dinner.
I know you want to eat it. It's not done yet, though.
I look
It's got to bake for 30 minutes till all of the cheese melts and the chips get soft. Yeah. So, like I said at the beginning of this class, there's a ton of links down below. I'm going to try and get all of those links on the videos. But I do have a link for Mountain Rose Herbs. It's down below. So if you plan on putting in a herb order, please use my link. It's down in the description box.
I'm going to show you what will knife cut me.
Okay, he wants to show you where a knife cut him, and then we'll continue to talk about what we already talked about. Okay. Yeah, you have an owie, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Also down in the description box are all of my meal plans for $7. It's an instant download to your phone, a menu plan, shopping list, pantry checklist, and all the recipes you need to make all of the recipes in the pack. Those are all down below. There's a freezer pack option, which are 15 freezer meals for your family. It's something that they're so easy, you guys. You guys could put all 15 meals together in an afternoon on a Saturday
Coin.
and have 15 meals for your family.
Hey,
So all of those links are down below. Cookbook link is down below.
Hey, we feed.
Sourdough starter link is down below.
We feed
Um,
to the sick.
And the kefir grain link is down below.
Hey, we feed you to the sick.
Oh, corn.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So all the links are down below. And like I said, I have some more information coming on something I've been incorporating with my teeth and feeling a ton better. And that is all to come. Maybe next week I'll have all that stuff down. So anyway, you guys have a great night. Thanks for joining me. Oh, don't lick your feet. That came out of the goose pond. Ew. Yeah, we need to go. Oh, sisters washed your feet, didn't they? Okay, so it's just the floor then. You're just building your microbiome.
But they smell like.
It still smells like a pond. Okay, well, that sounds appetizing. On that note, you guys have a great night, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Say bye. Oh, I get love instead. All right, you guys have a great night. Bye.